Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're going to start in just a few minutes here. I want to make sure everybody has time to join. It is now 4 o'clock. So I'm just going to give it a couple minutes for everybody to start. If you can tell me where you're watching from in the chat, I would love to know. Go ahead and tell me where you're watching from. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome. You're watching from your PC. Let's see. You give me your location from Canada, from home, from Fremont, Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome. Houston, Texas, Rexford, New Jersey. Wow. Got a lot of friends from outside the Bay Area today. Canada, Castro Valley, Los Altos, California. It's pretty local. Cupertino. Welcome, everybody. Okay. From British Columbia, Canada. Wow. Mountain House, Tracy, Denver, New Jersey, Santa Clara, California. Yay. El Paso, Texas, Mountain View, Washington, Chicago Burb, San Jose, California, San Ramon. All right, awesome. Well, we have friends from all over the place today. Awesome. California, Los Angeles, Seattle, Santa Clara, California. Awesome. So we have some that are local, some that are not local. Welcome, everybody. My name is Miss Lorena. I'm a librarian here at the Santa Clara City Library at the Central Park branch. If you don't know where Santa Clara is, we're located right in the heart of the Silicon Valley in the Bay Area, California. So I know we have a lot of new friends here today. So welcome, everybody. A couple things before we get started. Number one is that you will not be able to join in with video or audio. That's for your safety. We don't know who's watching this as a public webinar, and our programs sometimes get really big, so we do that for your safety. If you have any questions, you can tell me in the chat or you can tell me in the Q&A. Speaking of the chat, I'm going to ask you to please keep all talk in the chat related to the program and the drawing of Dogman. Please make sure you don't type in a lot in the chat or spam the chat, type in a bunch of letters or emojis. That way we can keep our conversation related to Dogman. And today I'm going to teach you how to draw and color in the one and only Dogman. So if you look at my screen here, you are going to need some supplies, and I asked everybody to get these ahead of time. So at the very basic, you need the paper, the pencil, and the eraser, and that's pretty much it. But today we are going to color in Dogman, so it would be awesome if you have your colored pencil, specifically the light blue, the tan or dark brown, and I'm sorry, your light brown, not dark brown, and the yellow and the black, and also the black marker. So all of these things are going to help you in drawing Dogman today. If you have any questions, we're here on standby. We can answer your questions as we're going. So I'm also going to test out. Can you raise your hand for me on Zoom? There's a little hand at the bottom. Can you raise your hand just so that you know where it's there? Okay, if you don't know, there's a little hand down here on Zoom somewhere over here in the bar. If you're watching it on your phone, it might be a little bit different. So make sure you raise your hand so that I know when we can keep going. If I'm moving too fast, please let me know and I can slow down a little bit, okay? All right, does everybody have their supplies? Are we ready to start? Raise your hand. Ready to start drawing Dogman? Yes? Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna leave this up for just a minute while I set up the camera with the drawing. So give me just a minute and you can go ahead and grab your supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you raise your hand if you can hear me okay, everyone? You can hear me? Okay, excellent. So now I'm tuning in with my phone. I'm going to spotlight this. Okay, so can you also raise your hand if you can see my paper here? Can you raise your hand? Raise your hand. Awesome. Okay, so this is the Dogman that I drew earlier, and I wanted to show you guys what our finished product is going to look like. We are going to go step by step on drawing Dogman. This will probably take about, let's say about 30 minutes with the shading and whatnot. So parents, just so you know, that's how long it'll take us. I'm just going to rotate this a little bit so I can pin my drawing. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Ms. Jackie is also on standby. She can help you out with any questions you might have. Okay, so let's get started. Just going to take off my Apple Watch really quick. Okay. All right, so the first step, you're going to need your pencil. You want to make sure all your stuff is sharpened. I have a pencil right here. I have a second one just in case. And you are going to need your eraser for sure. So make sure if you have one of these pencils and you're using the eraser on top, make sure that it works because you are going to need it. Alton's asking, do you copy mine? Well, ideally, I'm going to teach you how to draw step by step, but always remember, that's a good question, Alton. This is your art and you can do it however you want. I'm just teaching you the basic for this specific dog man. Once you learn how to get it down, you can draw your own, or if you want to go along and color yours in as you want, then that's also fine. I'm also going to teach you how to do the shading from the light to the dark of Dogman. This is like a similar art style that they use in the Dogman comics with the shading like this. So that's why I want to teach it to you. All right, let's get started. So here I have my paper. In the first step we're going to do, we are going to draw, you know, the letter C. We are going to draw a C right in the middle here. I'm going to draw a C. Like that. Everybody draw your C. Wait a few minutes. No, not a few minutes, a few seconds. So draw your C right here. And you want to make sure you don't press too hard with your pencil because we're going to erase it at the end and we're going to trace it with the marker. That's my C. It is not backwards. It should look like a regular C. Okay. And so C right here, you can compare them side by side. This part right here, that's his head. Okay. Next, we are going to do a long line. Right. And if you close it a little bit, that's okay. We're going to do a long line started from the bottom here. We're going to go all the way along and scoop up like that. So we're going to take the line and draw it up. And then we are going to connect it all together. So like this. Like that. And I'm going to close this up a little bit. And there you go. Okay. Again, if I move too fast, let me know. I'm just going to keep going unless you tell me that it's too fast. All right, our next step is Dogman's eyes. So Dogman just has two lines for the eyes, which is very easy. We are gonna put one line a little close to, I guess this would be the forehead area. We're gonna do one line here a little bit. And then we're gonna do one line like that. Okay. And the next step is Dogman smile. Dogman has a very big smile, so we're gonna start right in between the eyes here at the bottom, right about here. We're gonna start a line and we're gonna curve it all the way right here. That. Good job. And next, we are gonna draw Dogman's here, but you know what? I'm just noticing, I think I did this part a little too thick for my liking. So I'm going to just make it a little bit thinner. And remember, we're gonna erase everything at the end, so it doesn't really matter. I like that better. And you can actually go ahead and erase it now if you want. If you like yours, you can keep it like that. This is just my personal preference. Okay. All right. So it's raining. It looks like Alton's saying it's raining. Here, it's not raining at all, but we are in sunny California. All right. The next one is going to be Dogman's ear, which we're going to put right here. So you know the letter U? We are going to draw like a narrow letter U right here on the side. Like that. That is Dogman's ear. So you want to do your U right there. And the next step is Dogman's nose. So Dogman actually has a little bit of a messy nose. Dab Pilkey on purpose draws really messy, and I love his art style. I love it so much. So you don't have to worry too much about how perfect Dogman is because he's meant to be drawn a little messy. So we're gonna draw Dogman's nose, and I'm gonna kind of do a big circle like that because that's what his nose looks like. It's very messy. So I'm gonna go around a few times. And that is Dogman's nose. And after that, we are gonna add Dogman's whiskers. And he has 3 whiskers. And then for whiskers, they're not long like a cat. They're just 3 little dots. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. 3. Go. Well done. Okay, how's everybody doing? By a raise of hands, is the speed okay? Can you tell me, raise your hand if we're going not too fast, not too slow? It's good? Okay, perfect. Again, if you have anything you want to tell me in the chat. Okay, and if for some reason anybody joined in late, we're actually live on YouTube as well, and on YouTube you are able to rewind. So just a heads up. Or if you want to see this again, that's really fine. All right, our next step is going to be Dogman's hat. So Dogman has a police hat, and it's just a square, okay? But we're not going to do a full square. We're actually going to skip that bottom part of the square, and we're just going to draw a square around his head like this. So we go 1 line, 2 lines, and 3 lines, like that. And then the bottom part of the hat is, you could do a line if you want, but we're gonna do kind of like a very, very, very narrow oval. You know what an oval looks like? It's like a squished circle. We're gonna do one right here like this, like a teardrop kind of. We'll slow down. Okay, we'll slow down a little bit. We'll leave it up like that. Just let me know when you're ready. You can fix the ears in your own way. Yes, thank you for asking. You can fix it however you want. You could even add his tongue sticking out if you wanted. It's up to you. I'm just doing a very basic Dogman. Okay. Is everybody ready to move on to the next one or not yet? You can tell me in the chat. You need some time. Ready to move on? Let's see. By raise of hands, can you raise your hand if you're ready to keep going? Okay, looks like we're ready to move on. Excellent. So the next step is Dogman has a logo here and here. So we're gonna draw this part next. And it's pretty easy. All you have to do is draw a very small W right here. The letter W at the top. Make sure it's not in the middle. It has to be at the top of the hat. Okay? And after you draw your W, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, we are gonna connect. Kind of looks like a flower. Not really sure, like a badge maybe. Okay, and now we are gonna connect the W. We're gonna draw a giant, not a giant, but a bigger U at the bottom like this. We're gonna connect it all. Oh, that's too big, like that. I messed up a little bit, and you can have your eraser. Delete whatever you need to delete. And I pressed it on really hard, which was the first time I said not to do. So don't press it on too hard because it's a little bit harder to erase that way. Okay, like that. All right, how are we doing? We're okay? Okay. Again, let me know in the chat if you need me to slow it down. All right, so we have our Dogman's face. Good job, everyone. That looks great. All right, now we're gonna move on to Dogman's body. As you can see, it's kind of a squarish shape. Not really, it's a little round. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. Nope, you need to stop. Okay, I'll take a break. And parents, I would love to see everybody's Dogman drawing. So if you can please send us a photo. I can put my email in the chat. And if you can please send us a photo, I'll ask Miss Jackie to type it in the chat. Miss Jackie's gonna put my email address in the chat. Please email me some photos if you can, or you can send them to me on Facebook or wherever it is that you saw this program. All right, looks like we're gonna keep going. Speed is good for you, okay. All right. And I know that the speed varies for everybody. So if you feel like I'm going too fast, but everybody wants to move on, you can always rewind a little bit on YouTube, okay? All right, now we're gonna draw the body and we're gonna draw a somewhat round line here, flat, and then round again, like this, ready? We go 1, flat here, 2, and then round again. 3, like that. Thank you, Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie's the best. So Miss Jackie, put that email in the chat. Please send me your pictures. I would love to see your Dogmans. Okay, the next step is that if you've read the comics, which I'm assuming all of you have, Dogman is half dog, half man. And in the first volume, Dogman gets combined to a human body by putting the head of a dog on a human body. And these right here are the stitches of his surgery. So we are going to draw the stitches right here. And there are, I believe there are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all you have to do is put 4 lines and make sure they're a little bit spaced out evenly. You just add, let me place this right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm actually going to make the body a little thicker to make room for that last stitch. Perfect. Now you have your 5 stitches. The head. Yeah, sometimes it'll happen that if you draw the head too big, the body won't fit, but that's okay. You can always just color in the head and keep it the head, whatever you want to do. Or if you want him to have a tiny body, that's also pretty funny. I'm sure Dogman would appreciate that. All right, let's move on to, now you have basic body. We are going to draw the same logo that we did up here in the body down here. So remember how we did it? We drew a W and then we connected it with the U. So let's do a W again at the top area here. Make sure it's not in the middle. The W goes up here. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's my W. All right. And once you're done, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, Dogman is a very messy character. He's super silly, super funny. So that's okay however it turns out. And then we're going to connect the W with a U at the bottom like this. That. Perfect. That actually turned out a little bigger than my original one, which is fine. I kind of like it better with the bigger one anyways. All right, I do read Dogman. Yes, I love Dogman. Dogman is my favorite series. One of my favorite series, not all of them. But I actually really, really like Elephant and Piggy and the Pigeon too. Because some people are telling me to slow down. Some people are telling me to go faster. So I'm just going to keep going at the speed that I'm going at. Again, if you need to slow down, I'll ask Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie's going to put the YouTube link to this event on the chat. So if you want to move over to YouTube to rewind, that's you can totally do that because you can go back a little bit. All right. So the next step is going to be, I love Dogman too. We have all Dogman books here at the library. So if you live in the Bay Area, you can come check them out. Our next step is the arms. So we're going to do 2 arms, one sticking out this way and one going the opposite direction. So I'm just going to draw a line going down like this. Ready? Okay. And now that you have that line going, you can add the fingers. So Dogman has 3 fingers on each hand. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, like that. And then we are just going to connect it back to his body. And Dogman does wear a long sleeve police jacket. So we are going to add a sleeve right here in the middle where the hand is. Okay. All right, how are we doing? Raise your hand if we're okay. Ready to move on to the next step? All right, looks like we're ready to move on. Okay. And the next one, we're going to do the exact same thing, but facing the opposite way. So see how this one's going down, the other one's going to go up, but same thing. So we're going to do a line like this that goes up. Okay. And once you are done with that line, we are gonna put 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Okay. And then when you're done, we're gonna connect it back to the body. And we are almost finished tracing Dogman, and then we're gonna start coloring it in. So this is just take a little bit longer than 30 minutes. And we're gonna connect the arm back to the body like this. And remember the sleeve of his long sleeve police jacket. Got it right there. Good job. We're almost finished. And now Dogman's legs, which are pretty much the same thing we just did, just at the bottom. And it's actually easier because Dogman has pretty round shoes. So the first leg, we are gonna, and again, you can do this in any direction you want. If you want to flip them, that's fine. But you want to do a line that goes up like this. And then pretty much the same line, but parallel to this one. So we're gonna go up like this, like that. And Dogman has a round shoe. So we're just gonna do a round shoe looking shape like that. And you have to remember, Dogman, his legs don't always match the other. Sometimes they're longer, one longer than the other, and that's totally fine because that's how the art is supposed to be. So now we're gonna do our second leg that goes down this way. And from here, a little shorter. And we're gonna add the shoe. And there we go. We are done with Dogman. All right, everyone. Raise your hand if you finished Dogman. Raise your hand if we're done. Are we done all the way? Wow, a lot of us finished. Awesome. So now that we are done, I'm going to take a Sharpie. So that's why I asked you to have a black marker. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can just skip the step and just sit tight until we start coloring. But this is what really does make the look complete, is the black markers. It doesn't have to be a Sharpie. It can be a Crayola marker. A black pen will work too. So we are going to outline this whole thing. So everything we drew with pencil, we're going to go over with the marker. So I'm just going to start tracing everything that I drew. And if you see any last minute changes you want to make, now's the time to do so before it gets set in stone with this marker. I'm gonna go like this. And just trace everything. And then we're gonna go back and erase everything. And I see we had a pretty good turnout. So hopefully maybe soon we'll be able to have a different session and draw a different Dogman characters. Maybe Cat Kid or Petey. Would be fun. I forget the giant taco's name, but I like that guy. Maybe we could do Captain Underpants one day too. Or Elephant and Piggy. I really love Elephant and Piggy and the pigeon. To just trace everything so that nothing that doesn't have. I'm fixing this a little bit because I didn't like how it was lopsided, so I fixed it. So everything that it was done in pencil, we are going to trace so that there's nothing left that we didn't trace. Okay. Invisible PD. I don't know that we could draw invisible PD, but we could try. Correct. Okay. The little hot dogs me too. All right, everybody. So we are done tracing. Can you raise your hand if you're done tracing? True, it is pretty easy. You're right. Okay, we're done tracing. It looks like so. Now that we are finished tracing, just take one final look. Make sure that everything that you drew with your pencil is covered with the marker. And then we're going to go with the eraser. We're going to erase everything with the pencil, okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to erase everything. Gives a cleaner drawing in the end. Some trash. Okay. Okay, and now we're gonna get to our final step, which is the coloring. Okay, I'd say maybe this will take like 10 more minutes. So if you need to go, that's fine. You can come back, watch it on YouTube. This whole thing's being recorded. Okay, now everything is erased. See how clean that looks? Looks really good. That looks better than the first one. Here we are. Here's a final dog man. So looks great, right? So now we're gonna start coloring. And the best part about this is that you can all go at a different pace if you want. So the biggest part of Dogman for the coloring is the blue, right? Because he's wearing a lot of blue. So we are gonna start with the blue, and then we're gonna move on to the brown, then the yellow, and then the black. All right, so this is a technique. You can go if you're done. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you need to go, that's totally fine. You can color it in or you can leave it like this. This also looks great. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to teach you a technique called shading. And this is what they do in Dogman a lot, where they start with a light color and it gets darker as you progress. And you don't really need to have two different colors to do this. You just need to press a little softer at the beginning with your colored pencil, and then it gets more and more, you press a little harder as you go on. So assuming that you can think about it this way, say that Dogman is running this way and the sun is in the corner here. So then the lighter areas are going to be on the right-hand side and darker areas are going to be on the left. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to start with the shading. We're going to start with this part of the hat. We're going to do a very light coloring of the blue, okay? Very light. Like so. You see that? And then to do this shading effect, you're going to leave a little bit of this untouched. And then about halfway, you're going to start drawing with a little more intensity. So you're going to press down a little harder, and that's going to make the color be darker on the paper. And then as you get to the end of whatever area you're drawing, you want to make it really, really dark. So you press as hard as you can, and then you lighten up as you go this way. And that's going to give you the shading effect. So it's really all about how much pressure you're applying to your colored pencil. Like that. And so see, it begins with the light and it goes on to really dark. We're going to do it again with the hat here. Make sure you don't color this area, the little flower. It's going to be a different color, so we're going to skip that. So you start off really, really light, right? Really light. And about halfway through, we're going to start applying more pressure. Like right here. So like that. Okay. And we're going to do this. We're just going to do this over and over again. We're going to do it the same thing. So light, light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, light to dark. Okay. And take your time with it. Don't rush it, because at this point, it's really just picking the colors and coloring it in. If you fall behind or if you're going faster, that's fine. It's going to be the same technique, just with different colors all throughout his body. And it goes light to dark, or dark to light, depending what size you're looking at it from. Okay. You can use markers. Yes, so you can't do the fading effect with the markers, but you can do it with crayons and with colored pencils. But I guarantee you, even if you color it in with the markers, it's gonna look great. Markers are a different effect, but it'll still look really, really, really good. Actually, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit because I need a sharpener and I left it on the other side of the room. So I'm gonna sharpen my pencil. You go ahead and color everything in. Just realized you can see the tripod. I'm sorry about that, guys. That's okay. How's everybody doing? Raise your hand if you're having a good time. Are you having fun coloring Dogman? Would you want to see a program like this again? Raise your hand. Yes? Oh, good. Okay, maybe I'll see, maybe next month I can do another Dogman character. We love Dogman here in the library. Very fun. Good. I'm glad you're having a good time. Out of curiosity, and anybody that's watching, have you guys visited the library since we reopened? Our library specifically, the Central Park Library or the Northside or Mission Branch? Yes? Oh, good. I'm glad. Let me see a few hands up, so that's great. You went to another library? Oh, nice. Which library was it? You can tell me what library, but you might not live around here, so I might not know what library that is. But from everybody that's watching that's not in Santa Clara, we are in the Bay Area, which is Northern California. We're about like 45 minutes away from San Francisco. All right. So I see some people are done. I'm from Texas. Oh, you guys want to do PD? We should do PD next. PD, it would be super fun. Our buddy. Yeah. I would do Captain Underpants. I love Captain Underpants. In Canada, you guys have some nice libraries over there in Canada. I know there's some in Vancouver that are really nice. Okay, so if you're finished, if you're finished coloring, you are all done. That's all we're doing today was drawing Dogman and coloring. So you're good to go. I did take a break, so now I have to catch up. Chef and the Nurse. Oh yeah, Pete, the Bark Knight. Nice. But so if you guys have seen, if you read Dogman, you know that this is the guide that I took. They actually teach you how to draw Dogman in the book. So if you love this activity, every Dogman book comes with a guide on how to draw the characters in the back of the book. So you can check out the newer ones. If you're here in Santa Clara, we have all the Dogmans. You can check them out free, and you can learn how to draw Dogman at home. But it's just a lot easier having like an actual video showing you how to do it. But the step-by-step instructions are pretty simple. Okay, now I'm almost done with the blue. And I do want to remind everybody, our libraries are now fully open. We're open for browsing. If you want to come to the library, we still have limited hours, but you can come in, hang out with us. We're open Monday through Saturday here at the Central Park Library. Hot dog leader. Dog man. Yeah, I will pick out some good ones, I promise. We'll see which one we can do next time. Yes, I see a lot of votes for PD. Okay, if you're done, you can move on to coloring in his face. I'm gonna be using this. This is actually called tan, but it's like a light brown, so you can use a light brown if you have one. Maybe we could do a Pokemon. How do you guys feel about Pokemon? Tell me in the chat. Do you like Pokemon? We could try and draw a Pokemon. Pikachu. Yeah, I'll do the head in just a minute. I'm almost done. Squirtle. Oh, Squirtle would be a good one. Squirtle with the sunglasses would be a really good one. I'll think about it. See, yeah, we'll see what Pokemon we do. And the Pokemon, my favorite Pokemon, if you want to tell me in the chat, I would love to know your favorite Pokemon. That's always my go-to question when I meet a new person. Squirtle. Caterpie. Oh, that's so cute. Charizard. Charmander. I've never heard say anybody say Caterpie. That's a really good one. Very unique. Eve. Very good. Miss Jackie, what's your favorite Pokemon? She said Pikachu. Everybody loves Pikachu. Pikachu and Caterpie. Mine's Lapras. Lapras is a good one. But Lapras is too difficult to draw. Okay, done with the blue. Now we can move on to tan. So same thing. We're gonna start very light and get darker as we go. We're almost done, you guys. Blastoise. Oh, Blastoise is a good one. Bulbasaur, Pikachu. Miss Jackie's one of the librarians here at the Santa Clara City Library. She's here with me right now. She's helping me watch a chat. She does some amazing programs. She's actually going to have a cooking program this month where she's going to teach everybody how to make tortillas because we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month in September. So make sure you tune into that. It'll be super fun and super delicious. Zapdos. Oh, Zapdos is a good one. Psyduck. Squirtle, Mega Charizard. Psyduck. Oh, Psyduck's a good one. Psyduck's so cute. Psyduck was my favorite in Detective Pikachu. Okay, almost done here, guys. You2. Oh, the Grandpa and Dogman? Oh, you're from Mexico. I'm from Mexico too. Hola. Yes, September is Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're gonna have some really cool stuff for that in the library and online. So make sure you tune in for that. That starts on September 15th. Today we're just drawing Dogman, but I love everybody's suggestions. You want to draw Greg? I think Greg is really easy, no? From Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Greg might be really simple, but we could do it. Maybe we could do a day when we draw more than one character. I guess I get a lot. SpongeBob. Oh, SpongeBob. I can draw SpongeBob off the top of my head, actually. I used to really like SpongeBob when I was you guys' age. Okay. Now we're a little darker here. Here. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. Hang tight. Keep coloring, keep coloring. And again, remember, if you are finished, you can go ahead and go. Parents, please, please, please send me some photos. I would love to see them. And if you send me photos, please keep in mind that we do post some of them on social media. So make sure you, if you want to make your child's face, please do. You can just send us a picture of the drawing and your child's name. Okay, now we're going to move on to the yellow.
you want to draw LeBron James, I have no idea how I would draw LeBron James. I can't do that. But Space Jam was cool. The new Space Jam was really good. I liked that. I liked it a lot. Well, I was a kid when the first Space Jam came out, as you guys can probably tell. I'm old now, but I always will love the original Space Jam so much. I hope you guys have seen it because the original is also really good. All right, now the shoes. And we're almost done. So remember, light to dark. Start really light here. And parents, there's do we have a survey after this one? I don't think we have a survey after this one. But if you have any feedback for me, please let me know. You can message us on Facebook. We check the messages on our Facebook page at Santa Clara City Library. If you like this program, please let me know and we can have some other ones similar to this one. Send me pictures of your photos. I'd love to see what you guys drew. We're almost done here. I'm on the last shoe. Everything Disneyland. I don't think we can draw everything. Maybe we could do Mickey. Mickey wouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Like the Avengers would be really hard, probably. All right, everybody, we are all done. So here is our finished dog man. Great job, everyone. Here are our two dog men that we drew. You can see they're a little bit different. Not a lot, but they both still look like dog man. So good job, everyone. Well done. Raise your hand if you had a good time. Raise your hand, raise your hands. As we had fun, Miss Jackie had fun. I'm raising my hand. We all had a great time. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Again, I'll ask Miss Jackie to put my email in there one more time in the chat. And we are all finished. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me for 45 minutes today and drawing Dog Man together. I had a great time. Thank you, everyone. Please send me your finished pictures. There's my email up there. Bye, everyone. And if you missed the email, just go ahead and send us a message on Facebook, too. You can send them that way as well, okay? All right, everybody. George and Harold would be a good one. I'm looking at the questions now. Mewtwo might be too hard, but we could try. All right, we'll see what we come up with next time, okay? Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Have a